Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of My Name is Dad. And we are back here with another episode of our football picks. And we have Mr. Brody Benson. He is back in studio, coming off one of his greatest games he's ever played. Brody Benson, say hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Like that.
Well, let's get the sponsorship out of the way, which is myself, Point B Grading and Turfcast Maintenance, LLC. I provide landscape contracting services, overseeding, laser grading, irrigation work, all that stuff. Check us out at pointbgrading.com and send an email, pointbgrading@gmail.com. Let's move on and let's recap college football week 7. Week 7 already, Brody.
Already?
Okay, the biggest game of the week, I think, was Indiana traveling all the way to the West Coast to beat Oregon. The Oregon Ducks go down at home. What do you think about this game, Brody?
I expected it. I thought Indiana was going to win.
You thought Indiana was going to win?
Yes. Don't know why. Just thought they were going to win, and I guess just better quarterback play, and I think a little bit more physical team. And
you mean to tell me that you don't think all those crazy uniforms that Oregon wears didn't intimidate the Indiana Hoosiers coming into Autzen Stadium?
No. Indiana's quarterback is going to go first overall pick in this next year's draft. He's really good, and Indiana is a more physical team, and I think they wanted it more than Oregon.
Oh, Indiana definitely wanted it more. Indiana is definitely trying to make a statement this year. A lot of these teams, Penn State, Oregon, I'm trying to think who else, Clemson. These teams are just riding on their name, but you have to show up and play and win these games. Now, the Oregon win versus Penn State and the whiteout game doesn't look quite as good.
It doesn't.
It doesn't, right?
Huh.
So Oregon has still a lot to prove. Penn State's totally out of everything.
Terrible.
Florida State, a lot of these teams, there's a lot of pretenders that we're starting to find out now, and Oregon may be one of them.
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
They lost to a good Indiana team.
Yeah.
It's not that bad of a
they're
loss.
at home. A home field advantage is a big deal, especially in Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon.
I guess, yeah.
All right. Well, talking about Penn State, let's move on to the Penn State saga. Penn State loses 3 games in a row. They lost the whiteout game to Oregon at home. They lost on the road at UCLA, who had not won a game yet. And then they lose at home against Northwestern, who maybe had won one game against a Division II team or something like that.
Actually, they're 4-2.
It doesn't matter. Northwestern's not that good. James Franklin gets fired 3 weeks. So the funny thing was Penn State 3 weeks ago was ranked number 5 in the nation. They lose 3 games in a row, and their head coach gets fired. Do you think this is a good decision or a bad decision, Brody?
Good decision. Good decision because they can't win the big games his whole career. Yes, they win games, but whenever it comes to that big game, he can never win it. So I would rather have a coach that can win the national championship instead of just win a bunch of games.
Well, I think that...
And Penn State was always the little brother to Michigan and Ohio State because of James Franklin.
They definitely are, but I don't know if I agree with the firing in season. Just because James Franklin... Okay, so you may not remember, Brody, but Penn State was at its lowest after they had their little Sandusky scandal.
Don't know that.
They had a Sandusky scandal. Joe Paterno got fired, who was like, their 90-year-old coach. He got fired and everything. So the program had to basically rebuild, and they brought in I can't remember his name now. He's got like the butt chin guy. He was a Bill Belichick guy, but he came in and kind of took over the program and kind of got it on its feet. But then James Franklin came in, and he really brought the program back to relevancy. That they were back to 6-star prestige kind of program. Now, maybe he is not the right coach to take them to national championship and win a national championship, but he was a big part of bringing Penn State program back to a 6-star prestige when they were probably down to like a 3-star. I'm trying to talk your lingo here,
like college football.
Yeah, exactly. And so he did do that. Now, maybe there were boosters and the athletic director and all these people who kind of thought, James Franklin has sort of, he did what he was supposed to do, bringing this program back to prestige, 6-star prestige, but maybe now that 3 losses in a row was their sort of excuse to fire him. Maybe that's what it is, and now they're going to look for somebody else. But who else is out there that's available that's going to be better than him? I guess maybe Urban Meyer.
What is it called? They were thinking about Indiana's coach, but he just got a 12-year, 8-year extension.
Yeah.
And then they're also thinking about Matt Rule went to Penn State. So Matt Rule might leave Nebraska and go to Penn State.
And that's the one I think is probably the most likely.
Joey McGuire.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. He's a Texas guy. He ain't gonna go to Pennsylvania.
Where do you think James Franklin is gonna go?
James Franklin, I don't know where he's gonna go.
Do you think he's gonna coach?
I have no idea. Well, he might not do anything and just collect his buyout money.
Yeah, maybe.
But I really think that it's gonna be Matt Rule. He's from Pennsylvania. He went to Penn State. He was a linebacker at Penn State. I don't know who else is going to be other than Matt Rule.
Matt Rule's not even really that good of a coach.
He's a good coach.
Yeah.
But is he Nick Saban good?
Yeah. Is he James Franklin good?
Is he James Franklin good? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know this. Is he good at rebuilding programs just like James Franklin? Probably.
Yeah.
He rebuilt Temple and Baylor, and he's kind of rebuilt Nebraska a little bit.
Yeah.
But is he the one to take you to a national championship?
Maybe.
I don't know. So I don't know what Penn State's doing, but I hope they have a plan.
They better have a plan.
Yeah, I bet.
Or else that school's going to go down.
Yeah.
Down.
All right. The other one, the other big game going on this week was Texas beats Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. What do you think about this game, Brody, with Arch Manning pulling out a big win against Oklahoma?
I don't know. John Mateer should not have played that game. He had a broken thumb, and he was expected to play 3 weeks later, and they just kind of rushed his injury, and he did not look good. So I don't think it's obviously it's an impressive win for Texas, but I don't think Oklahoma was at their full potential, I guess.
Well, then, during the game, I kept thinking, are they going to replace Mateer? John Mateer? Are they going to replace him and put the other guy in? They never did. They let him play the whole game. I was like, why? This is not working.
He still has a broken thumb.
Yeah, why? And he even got hit in the hand on one of those plays. Uh-huh. And he was shaking his hand, and they were checking his thumb. I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to replace him, and they would not do it. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's not his fault that they lost. It was just
but again, I don't credit this victory to Arch Manning. It's the Texas defense.
Yeah, the defense played lights out.
Unbelievable, right? But again, they're playing against Mateer, who's hobbled and was hobbled during the game, and still Oklahoma didn't replace this guy. I don't understand. I don't understand these coaches.
It's Oklahoma, Dad.
Yeah. All right, well, let's move on to Week 8 of college football, and let's take a look at some of the big matchups and rivalry games, and there's a lot.
There is a lot.
We're again a lot of rivalry games going on.
I don't think there's a lot of top 25 matchups, but there's a lot of rivalry games.
Some of the rivalry games are top 25, but they're going to be included in the rivalry games. Okay, so we have Louisville at Miami, and they play for the Schellenberger Trophy.
That's tomorrow, right, on Friday?
I believe it is a Friday game.
The Schellenberger Trophy?
Schellenberger Trophy. I have no idea what the trophy looks like.
What is even a Schellenberger?
I have no idea.
Is it a burger?
All right, and then we have Nebraska. Nebraska, we're just talking about Nebraska at Minnesota. They play for the $5 bits of a broken chair trophy.
Yo. What is college football turned into, bro?
Nebraska, I don't even know what these people are. What are these people
$5 broken chair? What?
Yeah, $5 bits of a broken chair trophy.
Yo, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Someone needs to email us or text us and explain this to us. All right, we also have the Baylor at TCU, which is the Blue Bonnet Battle. But they also play for the Blue Bonnet Shield.
What is the Blue Bonnet?
It's Blue Bonnet. It's like a butter thing or a cream thing or a milk thing.
What?
That is in Texas. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you ever heard of like Blue Bonnet butter?
No. That's why I asked.
Oh, okay. But now you know.
Now I know.
Okay, where am I here? Okay, we have Michigan State at Indiana.
That's a rivalry?
It's a rivalry game. They play for the old brass spittoon. You know what a spittoon is, Brody?
No, what?
It's like when like cowboy guys back in the day or old people back in the day when they would chew tobacco.
Oh.
They would spit it into a spittoon.
All right. Yo.
All right, Texas A&M at Arkansas. This is the Southwest Classic Trophy. That's what they play for. We have Old Dominion at James Madison. This is kind of a new rivalry, but it's called the Royal Rivalry because both of their mascots wear crowns.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's what they call it, the Royal Rivalry. We have Memphis at UAB. It's the Battle for the Bones. And they actually play for some bones. I don't know if the trophy looks like when they play for bones.
All right.
We have Georgia State at Georgia Southern. This is modern day hate. Yeah, because Georgia versus Georgia Tech is called old fashioned hate. So Georgia State versus Georgia Southern is modern day hate.
Yeah.
We have Tennessee at Alabama. This is a top 25 matchup. This is the third Saturday in October. That's what the game's called.
Is it third Saturday in October?
It is. So that's traditionally Tennessee and Alabama play on the third Saturday in October. That's what the game has been called, and it's been that way for a long, long time. All right. We also have another huge rivalry game. USC at Notre Dame. They played for the Jeweled Shillelagh.
Yo, what is that?
Remember we talked about the Shillelagh? It was like Notre Dame and Purdue.
Oh, yeah.
But that was like a normal one. This is the jeweled one.
Jeweled one.
But, okay, little history on this one. My old boss in minor leagues, I don't want to say his name, but my old boss, he went to Notre Dame.
He did?
Yeah. And he would never miss this game. He would drive to USC or he would fly to Notre Dame to watch this game. He never missed this game. This game's a big deal to USC and Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So Notre Dame, they played for the Jude Shillelagh. And then we have Pitt at Syracuse. It's a rivalry game. There's no special name to this one or anything. But we also have Utah at BYU, the Holy War. Now, again, these are two teams that hate each other.
They do? I mean, I knew it was a rivalry, but I didn't know, like, it was, like, based on what you said, they hate each other.
They hate each other. This is a game. If you want to watch a game late on Saturday night, watch Utah and BYU, the Holy War. These teams. Okay, so
does Utah not like Mormons?
No. I think it's more that Utah are all the Mormons who didn't get accepted in the BYU, and they're really upset about it.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to get in the BYU. So if you don't get when you go to Utah or you go to Utah State, and these teams are really close proximity, these teams hate each other.
All right.
Hate. All right, and then the last game I want to point out here is the Texas Tech at Arizona game, which we will be attending on Saturday afternoon.
That's a rivalry game?
It's not a rivalry game, but we're going to be there, so I want to point it out.
Sam Levitt also said that he wants to beat Texas Tech the most.
I'm sure he does.
Because he said...
Because, that's the best way to get a Big 12 championship.
It's also because Texas Tech beat ASU last year, which gave them their only Big 12 loss. So he just kind of went for revenge. And Sam Levitt is playing, and Barrymore might not be playing, though. But Sam Levitt's playing.
Yeah, Barrymore might not play. He was limited in practice, all this stuff. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's move on to our cover straight dog, Brody. You want to go first?
Yeah. For my cover pick, I have Alabama minus 8.5 versus Tennessee. I'm taking Alabama. Alabama's really, really good this year. They're at home. Tennessee is also good, but they're not as good as they have been in the past. And I don't know. I think it's gonna be close at halftime, but Alabama pulls away and wins by 2 touchdowns, I think, which covers the spread. So yeah.
All right, my cover pick is Texas Tech minus 7.5 at Arizona State. Now, again, Texas Tech has been winning their games by 14 plus points every week.
24 actually.
24. So there's no reason for me to believe that this week isn't going to be the same. So let's go Texas Tech Red Raiders. Wreck 'em Tech.
I like that pick.
All right.
I like it.
Okay, good.
I love it.
I wish it was your pick too. Okay, what's your straight pick though?
I have Georgia beating Ole Miss.
Georgia.
Ole Miss is really not that good. They're at Georgia. Ole Miss beat Georgia last year. Georgia wants revenge. They're at home, and I think the Georgia team's better than this Ole Miss team. So I have Georgia winning at home against Ole Miss.
All right, my straight pick is Alabama over Tennessee in the third Saturday of October.
See?
So Alabama, they just had a little hiccup apparently in the first week and they lost to Florida State. But ever since, they have just dominated every team they've played. They have figured something out.
Their quarterback is top for Heisman.
Yeah, they are a good team. I would not want to play this team in the playoffs. That's for damn sure. So I will take Alabama over Tennessee in the third Saturday of October.
Yep.
All right, Brody, your dog pick. Let's go.
My dog pick is I have Minnesota +7 at home against Nebraska. What do they play for again?
Minnesota?
Don't they play for like a broken chair?
Yeah, $5 bits of a broken chair trophy.
Yeah.
Who makes this up? I don't even know what this trophy looks like.
I think Minnesota's better than people think. They're at home. Nebraska, I don't think they're that good. They're 4-1 in their ranks, but all their wins they haven't looked that good. And Minnesota, I think, will upset Nebraska and get some trophy.
Okay.
Nebraska's terrible. I don't like to pick against Nebraska.
This is another case of Brody copying my pick.
Yeah.
After you looked at my paper. My dog pick is Minnesota +7.
Dad. You were literally making your paper like an hour ago, and I was already in my room, Dad.
My dog pick is Minnesota +7. And I said, Minnesota has been sneaking quiet during this year, and they possibly have a first-round draft pick running back. So I think they're going to run all over Nebraska, and they're going to win the $5 bits of a broken chair trophy.
Yo, bro, we hate Nebraska. We always pick against Nebraska.
I know. Nebraska sucks. Every time I try to pick them, they always let me down. So fuck Nebraska. And all their stupid old Big 12 rivalries and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the NFL, and we're going to recap Week 6 real quick here. And one of the big stories is the Chiefs and Lions games, Brody.
It is?
Do you know the story I'm talking about?
After the game?
No, during the game.
Oh. All I know is that Brian Brand started like throwing punches.
Well, that's one of the stories, but the other one is that first it appears that the NFL is helping the Chiefs, like legitimately.
How?
Okay, so there was the play where Jared Goff went under center, and then he went into motion, and he caught a pass from the running back, right?
Right.
And he scored a touchdown. Jared Goff caught a pass from the running back and scored a touchdown. There was no flag on the play, but after a couple minutes, apparently there was a flag. And this is like 2 minutes later. All right?
How? There's been more plays, though, right?
No. He scored a touchdown. There was no extra point. There was like a 2-minute plus delay.
All right.
And then they threw a flag saying that Jared Goff didn't get set before he went in motion.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So people are claiming that NFL rules official office, where they like go to like review plays, that they buzzed down and told the officials, no. There was a penalty on this play, and you guys should call it. But that's not allowed in the NFL rules. The office where they do like the replays, where they help with the replays, is not allowed to call down and add flags. they can pick up a flag and say, no, that wasn't a penalty, but they can't call down and say, yes, that was a penalty. So people are up in arms saying that this is clear violation, that the NFL is definitely trying to help the Chiefs and Taylor Swift, get into the playoffs and everything.
Maybe.
Any thoughts on this, Brody?
Not really.
Not really. You didn't even know about this play, huh?
I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, it's a big, especially in the betting world. A lot of people who may had Jared Goff as a first time or first touchdown scorer definitely got screwed on this, and they thought they won. You know, I think even some of the betting places may have even paid out some of these bets, and then it got called back because it was such a long delay and everything. So again, I actually, the NFL, the NBA, MLB, all these organizations are corrupt. I have no doubt that they would try to I'm not saying they're fixing games, but influence games like that. I have the NBA for sure. The NFL is definitely getting to that point where they definitely want to make sure Taylor Swift is in the playoffs and is relevant, and they get that target market watching the Super Bowl or watching the playoffs. So I don't. I kind of believe it in a way.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, but that's one play. The Lions still could have won the game.
But it's one play backpacked or stacked on all the other complaining little plays before that we were kind of like, well, maybe the NFL's that was kind of like a bogus penalty. But they've had a couple against the Chiefs too.
Yeah.
But, you just hear all the people who are complaining that the Chiefs get all the calls. Well, this definitely doesn't help the image of the NFL.
Yeah.
With this one.
Yeah. There probably was a little bit of something going on, but I don't think too much.
Okay. But the other big thing was the big fight at the end, which you mentioned, with Brian Branch punched Juju Smith-Schuster, and he ended up getting a 1-game suspension. But apparently, something about Patrick Mahomes was talking crap to him all game, and then at the end of the game, Patrick Mahomes went to shake hands with him, and he was like, "Nah, I don't want none of that." And then Juju Smith-Schuster was like, "Hey, man, you shake hands with my quarterback," and he was like, "Forget you, bro." Punched him in the face. He got a 1-game suspension, but what do you think about it, Brody?
I like it.
You like it, huh?
That's how Dan Campbell and the Lions are.
Yeah. But Dan Campbell was really upset with this player, though.
I know, but that's how Dan Campbell is, though. So,
well, that's how Dan Campbell was on the microphone in public. Maybe in the locker room, maybe he was a little more fired up and like, fuck those dudes.
I know. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he probably was. All right, Bertie, and then the Cardinals are
BTA to the Colts defense.
Our Arizona Cardinals lose again.
Barely.
But they played better without Kyler Murray.
And like the whole roster.
And with Jacoby Brissett as the quarterback. Does this mean that Kyler Murray is done in Arizona and you can finally give up your man crush on Kyler Murray?
I don't think he's done in Arizona. No. Look.
Man crush. Right here.
No, look. Kyler Murray's not going to play against the Packers. It's going to be Jacoby Brissett. Then he's going to come back. He's going to start for the rest of the season, and then he's done in Arizona. That's what's going to happen. He's going to come back. But
why? Well, if he's already decided that he's done, why even bring him back?
Jonathan Gannon's like, Kyler Murray's all this, and he's just going to start Kyler Murray.
Yeah, but coaches talk out of their ass. They talk every week to week. These are big time corporations where they lie and they don't tell the truth. They're when they talk to the media, they are talking in, I don't know what it's called, but just like they have little snippets that they're just programmed to say.
You really think that the Cardinals are going to start Jacoby Brissett the rest of the year over Kyler Murray?
I mean, they weren't winning before.
I know, but it's. You really think the Cardinals are going to start Jacoby Brissett over Kyler Murray?
Well,
I don't think so. It's not. I like watching Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals more than Kyler Murray. But do you really think the Cardinals are going to start Jacoby Brissett?
Okay. Do you think Kyler Murray's going to play this week?
No, I think Jacoby Brissett's playing over Kyler Murray this week.
Well,
he still has some little injury and he's limited in practice right now.
If Kyler Murray doesn't play this week, I don't know if he plays the rest of the year. I really don't know.
I don't really.
If he plays this week and shows that he wants to play and wants to be part of this team and try to win some games, and he's dedicated to this franchise, he will play this week. But if he doesn't, I don't think he'll be back. I don't think he'll be on the field again.
If he doesn't suit up and doesn't play, I think he'll be back. But if he suits up and doesn't play, then I don't think so.
I don't think that matters. I think he either plays or he doesn't. If he doesn't play, I think it's he doesn't care, doesn't want to be here, never wanted to be here. See you later, alligator. And I'll ride the rest of the season out with Jacoby Brissett. We'll probably win 3 or 4 games this year, and we'll get another draft pick next year, or we'll get a quarterback next year. If he plays, then I might be a little bit more, and he plays his ass off and he goes for it, even if he gets hurt. But if he goes for it and shows this is his last hurrah, I think, for me. He either does or doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying that for so long, and you have to come down to.
That's what I'm saying. This is my line. This is it.
We've been saying that for so long. And I'm just saying, do you really think we've been saying this forever that the Cardinals are not going to start Kyler Murray like the rest of the season? Do you really think that?
I think if he doesn't play this week, they will not start in the rest of the season. He is done. They are sending a message, and they're going Jacoby Brissett.
I don't think so. That's not what I want. That's what I want, but I don't think so.
Oh, you're done with Kyler Murray?
Yes. I've never.
Your man crush is over.
It's not a man crush.
You don't get to play Call of Duty with Kyler Murray anymore.
Okay, bro, chill, bro, chill. Well, but Kyler, no team is gonna want Kyler Murray though.
So if you're done with Kyler Murray, why do you want him to start?
No, I'm not saying I want him to start. I'm saying, do you really think the Arizona Cardinals are not going to start?
Well, the Arizona Cardinals are stupid, so they probably will.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But
that's what I think is going to happen. That's not what I want to happen. That's what I think is going to happen.
They're gonna try to sell tickets and be like, we're still trying to play this season, blah blah blah. But we all know that. But again, I'm at the point now. Kyler Murray's done. I don't think he's coming back. I don't want him back. I'm done with Kyler Murray. Now I'm kind of more focused on, does this team want to play for Jonathan Gannon or not?
Yeah.
Because if they give up on him and this team looks like crap the rest of the year, then he's gone too. And then if you fire the head coach, then I got to look at the general manager, Monty Austinford, and be like, "What's up, bro? Like, this is your team too. So are you not going to accept responsibility for all of this?
Yeah.
You know, you kept Kyler Murray, you could have got rid of him, and you hired Jonathan Gannon. So I don't know. Maybe it's a total fucking rebuild after this year. I don't know. Maybe.
All I know is that we need to get if we get rid of Kyler Murray, we are going to draft a quarterback.
You think we'll draft or trade?
Draft, bro.
I think both. I think we'll trade and draft.
It's so hard to trade for a QB that you're actually confident in starting and stuff like that.
Well,
so
again,
I think we're going to draft.
Well, I think this is how the Cardinals do it, because they just copy everybody else. So you got like the Tampa Bay Bucks got Baker, Seahawks got Sam Darnold, Raiders got Geno Smith. There's like all these guys who have kind of like resurrected their career after being drafted and stuff. So the Cardinals will probably just follow suit and just do whatever everybody else does. And they'll probably get some guy that doesn't work out. You know, they'll probably get Spencer Rattler from the Saints or something next year. And they'll be like, "Oh, this guy sucks." But yeah, he does suck. I don't know why we traded for him.
They're gonna keep Jacoby Brissett, and
I guarantee that I'm not gonna say guarantee, but I wouldn't be surprised Cardinals have Spencer Rattler starting as a starting QB next year, because they're that stupid.
They're gonna keep Jacoby Brissett, and they're gonna draft a quarterback and do what the Giants did.
Now, they'll probably take a quarterback in like the 3rd or 4th round, and they're like, "This is our guy. We're going to develop him, and Spencer Rattler's our guy," and it'd be ridiculous.
You're just a Cardinals hater, bro.
Well, they're stupid.
You're just a
They
Cardinals
don't
hater. Win. It's not the organization.
They've been. You don't remember when I was a kid that the Cardinals were the doormat. They are the doormat of the league. They have the most losing percentage in the entire league. They came in last place in the NFC East my entire childhood. They are worse than the Browns and the Lions.
I know, but That's the people running the Cardinals. It's not the Cardinals. It's the people running the Cardinals.
That's who runs the Cardinals. They are the Cardinals.
Michael Bidwell he's a terrible owner.
Yeah, I know. He hires terrible people. I don't know what to say.
Yes.
His best hire was Bruce Arians.
Yeah.
You know?
We're probably going to put our DC at our head coach if Jonathan Gannon gets fired.
I don't know about that either. They probably hired Cliff Kingsbury back.
Maybe.
All right. Let's move on to our cover straight dog.
Franklin.
We're getting off track here, Brody.
James Franklin, Dad.
Oh, God, James Franklin. Jesus. Okay. Cover straight dog. Brody, what's your cover pick?
I have the Buccaneers plus 5.5 at the Lions. The Buccaneers are getting Mike Evans back, getting Emeka Egbuka back, and I think the Buccaneers do lose, but I think they lose by a field goal against the Lions.
Okay, I'm gonna explain something real quick here. Okay, so I write out my little notes here. And my cover straight dog.
I was literally watching a movie while you were doing that, and then I went to my room.
No.
And then you put that in your room. I was never in this room.
And then I hit print on the printer, and the printer prints in another room, and actually in the laundry room, which is there's actually a connecting door to Brody's room, and so Brody could go in there and easily look at my paper, and then go back and then make his picks because my cover pick is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus 5.5 at the Detroit Lions. And I said the Tampa Bay Bucs could be the best team in the NFC with the Eagles' troubles lately. And I think this could be a high-scoring game, which could be really close. I think could come down to whoever has the ball last, 3-4-point game. So I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus 5.5. And Brody has now copied 2 of my picks.
I was changing the laundry when you were pinning it out, but I didn't look at it.
Oh, see, he was in the room. He was in the room. He was in the room.
I had already left before it actually got printed.
All right, Brody, what's your straight pick? And it better not be the Chicago Bears against the Saints.
I have the Chargers beating the Chargers at home beating the Colts. I think the Colts run has to come to an end at some point, and I think it's this week. They have to go from Indianapolis all the way to LA and play the Chargers, who are a pretty good team. And I think the Chargers just kind of end the Colts' little run, I guess. You're
high in the Chargers. I like the Chargers too. But the Colts, again, I thought the Colts would kind of fade off, and they kind of really haven't, even though they did kind of struggle against the Cardinals. But I can see the Chargers winning this game. I really could. All right. My straight pick is the Chicago Bears against the New Orleans Saints.
The Bears are terrible.
The Bears are hot right now. They've won like 3 games in a row, and I don't see why that winning streak won't continue against the New Orleans Saints. And Spencer Rattler, next year's starting quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals.
Who has been playing good.
Yeah, next year's starting quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals, Spencer Rattler.
With James Franklin as the head coach.
Stupid.
My dog pick is the Jets plus 1.
No!
Oh my God, the Panthers.
You can't do this.
I think the Jets have been playing close games this whole year, and they finally get their first win against the Panthers at home.
Okay.
I'm not looking at your picks.
Brody Benson absolutely copying my picks. No, even my NFL picks, I was like, no way,
on your life.
No, I was like, no way Brody's going to have the same picks as me.
On your life, I did not copy. On your life.
He's so full of
on
shit.
Your life.
Brody's so full of shit.
On your life.
My dog pick, Jets plus 1 versus the Carolina Panthers. The Jets are 0-6, and they have actually a real chance to win this game, and I think they get it at home against the Panthers. Brody copying my picks. Jets plus 1. Pick. Here we go. This is unbelievable. Worst episode ever.
No, it's not. Dad, on your life, I did not copy your picks.
You only copied half of my picks. That's okay. Out of all the games, you copied half.
What if you copied my picks, huh?
No. I printed my paper first.
And I was in the room.
And then you went in the laundry room and you saw what my paper was printing out.
I was already changing the laundry.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. That's the end of our episode. And catch you on the flip side.